Hey everybody, John here out at the Sanctuary Strength on a nice cold day here in Central Oregon. I'm going to show you guys how to make a sandbag out of very basic materials for about 25 bucks, especially if you share the cost or you reuse some of the stuff. Each bag comes out to under 25 bucks actually, the way we're gonna do this. So what we start with here is this really simple, this is actually a nylon bag. There's lots of materials. You can order this on, I can try to post some links to stuff you can order on Amazon, but I bought this at just a local Army surplus store. So this is thick enough, and this is about 12 bucks. So right now we're at 12 bucks. I'm gonna take these handles off to start, and I'll show you. I'm gonna cut this stuff away. So this is to make a sandbag without handles. This is a very minimalist sandbag, and I'll show you kind of the hows and whys with this too. So I already pre-cut these contractor bags. These are some heavy duty bags, and I wanted this cut about in half or so to fill this. So we'll do that. I'm gonna double bag it for extra integrity. Second bag going in. Okay, easier with two people, but we can do this. So first bag, I already pre-cut these. These work really well. You can use any kind of bulk sand, whatever. You can also, I just want to show you guys some examples. This isn't a great example because this thing has a lot of extra bulk, but you could use a couple plates in there. What works really well is steel shot. You can order that online too, and it's fairly expensive, not nearly as cheap as sand, but you can get a lot more in here depending on what kind of properties you want for this. If you're a more petite female, this is gonna be something for a more beginner guy, or something to have on hand for some different stuff we're gonna talk about here later, and have some other videos in my YouTube library for carries and different shouldering, even carrying overhead, something that feels really alive and sloshy. So in order to get that right, we could use if we use a ton of steel shot, it would be a really sloshy, even with 50 pounds of steel shot. But when I put 50 pounds or more of sand, we're gonna load this to about 75 to 100 pounds of sand, and then it's gonna get a lot more packed. So it's gonna be a lot more like a stone. It's gonna be a lot more like a stone lifting implement instead of something that's alive and sloshy and moving all around like that too. So let me dump this in here. Again, it's pre-cut, has a nice little lip there. It makes it a lot easier. You see I already spilled a little bit in my other creations here. So easy bag goes in. Also show you guys comparably what this looks like to a more prefabricated nice bag that I'm going to show you guys. You can pan over here for a second to Rogue, and then Kratos makes an excellent bag. They're both very high quality, and again, this is a secondary option, save you some money, give you a cheap option, especially if you're going to use this outside. Really works well. Okay, so one bag in. Let's see if I can get all this in. This would make it probably 90 pounds or so. Call that good. Frozen sand in there for now. Move that around a little bit. So see, it has still a little bit of give to it. What we also have to make sure is that we can seal this off, or if we don't seal this off, we're gonna have to tape it and use something else. And we could do that. There's also bigger versions of these. There's quite a bit bigger version that would hold 150, 200 pounds. What I haven't tested with these yet is how much you can get in there to the weight. Obviously if you fill them up really full, and then even using the bags in that, the likelihood of it breaking, adding other, sharper objects, shot should be fine in there. You could use gravel or anything else. I'll show you guys some other options here in a second, but to get the right integrity down, and the canvas bag are not obviously designed to hold 150, 200 pounds. So I'm a little more weary to test those, and I just say consider going, if you're more of a heavyweight using something like over 150 pounds, probably want to go and splurge for, you know, it's under $100. I'm going to give you guys a discount code for that too with the Contractors bag. So anyways, let's seal this off. Probably just going to do this with one nice roll of tape here. So again, I don't want this super tight. I want this to have a little bit of slosh to it for our purposes and kind of all around purposes. Somewhere where it's probably about 70–80% full would be that nice Goldilocks effect for what we want to do with this. Again, if we want to do something really stiff and load it up, that's where I'd also consider, you know, the cheapest option could be finding a nice natural stone. That's for another topic as well. But tape wise, this is just, you could use probably any kind of duct tape or whatever. I like something a little bit heavier duty. This is actually just a knockoff version of the Gorilla tape, about $5 for a big roll of this. You can use it for other stuff too, so it doesn't quite count towards the price, I don't think. So let's see, especially with 2 bags, this is going to be pretty stout. I think we can get this sealed. Settles in, and it will stretch a little bit too. Let's try that. Ah, there we go. Got lucky. So now the fun part, we get to chop up this bag, scissors, and cut these sharper angles off. The zippers here aren't too big of a deal. You may want to tape those. You could, you know, use glue along there, do some other things to really add some integrity to it too. Probably not necessary for most purposes. The other big thing is common sense wise too, if you're dropping it on cement, which is pretty fun, or dropping it on grass is great, and the snow is fun, but the less actual like hard drops you do, the more it will hold its integrity too. It's fun to have something that's not fragile to be able to throw around. I'm gonna cut these straps off. Again, no handles allowed on any of my sandbags. We'll use barbells, kettlebells, dumbbells if we want handles. This is a primitive lifting tool that we want. Okay, so we cut this fun stuff off here. So basically we have our bag ready to go. So again, anything I want to do with that, no handles, squat, lift, I can shoulder this sucker up here. So boom, it'll handle some drops. Show you guys a couple other things. Again, I could tape this if I'm more concerned with this. I would wear a couple layers. I would try to be a little cautious with that, but I don't think these are gonna do any major damage, just kind of common sense. So again, there's my tape, scissors, 2 bags. You can just get these at Lowe's or anywhere. Just some sand, find, you know, some cheaper options there too. Again, this was just not a canvas bag, a nylon bag there. I just want to show you guys the difference here with these other bags and some other stuff I've made along the way. These are a Contractors bag. This is my favorite bag, pound for pound for price and quality. It's virtually the same as the Rogue bags. You can see here, we'll zoom in here. This has a really nice triple layer. So this seals off here, it rolls up here, and then it seals again there. And then actually, I guess that'd be 4. The zipper here will close that off, and then this thing goes over the top of the zipper. So that makes it nearly indestructible. I've never seen these leak. I have battle tested these for over a year. Again, this is projectcratus.com. I'm not affiliated directly with these bags. I just really like them, and I do get a little kickback, a little discount code that I pass on to you guys too. Then Rogue makes a good one too. I'm more supportive of the little guy nowadays, and Contractors is, again, it makes a great bag, but Rogue makes a good bag there too. This is another version of a 50-pound bag I've made in the past that's held up pretty well. It's not made for as many drops, and it doesn't have as much slosh to it, so I don't like that as much. Another quick option is this heavy-duty canvas bag. Again, military grade stuff. You can order these online or find them at Army Surplus. We named her Little Cow, about the same size as my fiance Kelly. And then this is filled with all kinds of stuff, honestly like random stuff I just threw in there and just to see how it would hold up. I threw some rocks in there. I did do them in contractor bags, like separate sections. And then I threw in some bark dust or some bark and all that stuff. And this thing got this thing up to about 100 pounds. So again, this makes a really awkward, odd lifting implement that I can use too and carry. I can sling her over my shoulder and work that way. And again, this is held up pretty well. It's got some dings in there, got some scratches, but that's months of wear and tear to it as well. So I think these things will hold up really well for you guys. And again, 25 bucks. The point of making this bag for you guys was super easy. I just had to go to the store and get those materials, pack it in there. Again, you could load this sucker up with a mix of steel shot would work great. You could use lead shot. I'm a little more wary of using lead shot because I don't want to get all those toxins and stuff from the lead. But there you have it. There's our quick and dirty $25 sandbag for you guys.